The Honourable Minister for Forests, Mr. Nangamu, the World Bank resident rep here in Fiji, Lasha Melgard, the permanent secretaries, including officials from the Ministry of Forests, ladies and gentlemen. Bula Vinakan, good afternoon to you all. The emissions reductions payment agreement we are signing today, or have just signed, marks Fiji's entry into the carbon trading, a step we are taking with the support of the World Bank through the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, who will act as trustees of this new forest carbon partnership facility. From a market perspective, humanity has fundamentally undervalued the natural world since the dawn of the industrial age. We have employed a plunder model through which economies have rewarded carbon-intensive industry without a thought as to how that has impacted the planet and the climate. There is no doubt the path we've chosen has led to impressive gains in well-being for most people, but we've also succeeded in choking our atmosphere with greenhouse gas emissions. Now our world is warming, and nations like Fiji are bearing the most serious consequences. The fact of the matter is, the planet would be even warmer than it is today were it not for the world's forests, mangroves, seagrass fields, and ocean. These ecosystems are the best and the most affordable carbon capture technology available to us. As carbon sinks, they absorb planet heating emissions from the atmosphere. In the case of forests, that harmful carbon dioxide is sequestered and buried deep in the ground where it cannot do any harm. But not only have we taken that service for granted, we're testing the limits of the natural world's resilience, pumping out emissions faster than it actually can absorb. Carbon markets and carbon trading are aimed at correcting the costly market failure that has prioritized degradation over the preservation of these ecosystems. Rather than cut down forests to keep people employed and earn a living and make money, it means that people are paid to maintain and expand carbon sinks in the recognition of the service they provide the planet and all of humanity. Of course, we still have to dramatically cut emissions, but carbon sinks are a key pillar of a carbon-neutral future. This 5-year agreement, which last year just referred to, with the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, represents more than a decade of preparatory work by the Fijian government through the REDD+ program. It supports the sustainable management for forests, meaning sustained financial returns for resource owners. Having met key deliverables of the REDD+ program, Fiji is now ready to engage in a result-based payment system that will quantify the emissions reduction potential of Fiji's forests and provide periodic payments based on the amount of carbon emissions reduced through the preservation of these forests. That means resource owners are paid to keep trees in the ground rather than the other way around. This entire arrangement is being funded through the Carbon Fund portfolio of the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. Fiji is one of the 19 participating countries accepted for funding by the Carbon Fund, and as Lars has pointed out, the only small island developing state in the Pacific, and perhaps in the world, in the small island developing state, the region, to enter into carbon trade under this agreement. The emission reduction program area includes over 37,000 hectares of spread over 20 districts on the islands of Viti-Levu, Vanuatu, and Taveuni, with the potential to expand to other areas that express interest. The contracted volume of greenhouse gases that Fiji is expected to sequester from these forest activities in the next 5 years is 2.5 million tons, for which a result-based payment of USD, as last year highlighted again, $12.5 million, which is approximately in today's rates about 25 million or a little more than that Fijian dollars. It will be paid upon, of course, by verification by the World Bank. The program covers a number of activities, including the forest protection and the planting of forests on degraded land, I should say, the sustainable management of designated timber production forests, the incorporation of trees into farming and agricultural systems, and the promotion of forest-based livelihood ventures as an alternative to forest extraction such as ecotourism, beekeeping, agroforestry, aquaculture, resin tapping, and nurseries of high-valued native or indigenous species. This new results-based payment system paves the way towards a transformation in the way humanity interacts with nature. Frankly, as this market matures, we expect the value of these carbon sinks to become much higher. But today marks an important start towards a decarbonized world economy, and we're showing we can do that while still creating good jobs, particularly in often marginalized communities. As a nation with ambitious climate commitments, this partnership is a key facet of our future-focused development agenda. We're committed to cutting carbon emissions by 30% by 2030 and achieving net zero by 2050. We're committed to planting 30 million trees. We're committed to sustainably managing all 1.3 square million kilometers of our ocean. As carbon markets mature and become more globally recognized, we're ready for that blue and green revolution, ready to play our part in regulating the climate, and ready to put our people to work in clean and sustainable industries. This initiative will also be given, of course, legislative mandate through the upcoming climate change bill, which is out for consultations, and which will set out the governance and institutional arrangements to establish a fully fledged carbon market for Fiji. I'd like to thank the World Bank for their guidance and, of course, their patience and perseverance, technical assistance and support towards the development of this program. We wish to also acknowledge the corporate organizations such as the Fiji Pine Group of Companies and the Fiji Hardwood Corporation Limited that have pledged to contribute towards the program as part of their corporate social responsibility commitment. We'd also like to thank the forest industry partners, the Itauke Lands Trust Board, the various civil society organizations that are involved in the conservation of nature, academia, the line ministries, the permanent secretaries, and the many civil servants, dedicated civil servants and technical civil servants, and the communities that have all been part of the long journey in preparing Fiji to reach this landmark occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you watching may not have heard of carbon markets before. I urge you to follow how these markets are developing. As I mentioned at the recent AG's conference, many lawyers don't even know that there are proprietary rights that are actually attached to carbon trading, that they actually have the ability to transfer these rights, to buy and sell these rights, and of course, which means conveyancing. They will be redefining and defining for the coming decades, not only as part of the effort to achieve net zero emissions, but in creating new green jobs in emerging industries. And Fijians are well suited to tap those opportunities. Thank you once again. Naga.
Well, thank you very much, Honourable Attorney-General, Honourable Minister for Forestry and colleagues. It's a real pleasure to be here. I think we have very good reason to celebrate today. I'd like to really extend my very warm congratulations on the successful approval, first of all, of Fiji's Forest Carbon Partnership Facility Emissions Reduction Program, and then today's signing of the Fiji Emissions Reduction Payment Agreement, or what I'd call the ERPA. The ERPA really is a landmark agreement with the World Bank and the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. It's a 5-year agreement that will unlock up to $12.5 million US dollars, or 27 million Fiji dollars, through 2.5 million tons of emissions reductions in results-based payments for reducing emissions and boosting climate resilience. Now, the interventions will also ensure clean air, water, and reduced siltation and flash flooding, as well as improving broader livelihoods. So the program therefore not only helps address deforestation and forest degradation, but it also paves the way for Fiji to earn critical income via the global offset market by protecting its natural forest reserves. Fiji has worked on the REDD Plus readiness for more than 10 years, and I think today really is the result of all this work, with the Ministry of Economy, the Ministry of Forestry having played a critical role in leading this work, but also with input from stakeholders, including representatives from resource owners, civil society organizations, various government agencies, and of course the private sector, as well as academia. Now, I think it's very noteworthy that Fiji is the first country in the Pacific, and it is the first small island developing state to sign an emissions reductions payment agreement. And we are certainly at the World Bank very delighted to have supported Fiji in reaching this milestone. In fact, I think it's the culmination of very careful planning and commitment to managing the forest and the land sustainably on the part of the government of Fiji as part of both national and international efforts to combat climate change and ensure inclusive green growth. I think through this very important global program, Fiji will enjoy unique opportunities for capacity building, for monitoring, reporting, and verification, access to, in fact, also a central registry housed at the World Bank, and for certification of its carbon credits by the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, which also provides the opportunity to leverage financing incentives in the voluntary market in the future. The Forest Carbon Partnership plays a catalytic role in ensuring that countries can be connected with private sector investments, and indeed the framework, the methodological framework in place is recognized globally as an effective tool to deploy finance from a variety of sources, including the private sector. We have full confidence in that with the strong leadership and commitment by Fiji, this emissions reductions program will be launched soon and of course well implemented, and we look forward to Fiji's meeting the effectiveness conditions, the issuing of the RED Plus lease, and preparing for monitoring reports and verification, and in achieving the envisaged emissions reductions, and of course not the least receiving its first payment. So I wish you a very, very great success in these endeavors, and this is a critically important program, not just for Fiji, but also for future generations. So thank you very much.